Well, good morning. Starting in the Teet River Canyon near Teter's Campground, a little parking spot just up the road from Teter's Campground. And just a quick look at the surrounding area, what you might expect on any good old Appalachian trail. Nice mix of rocks and mountain laurel, and down to the into the basin here we've got a nice little whitewater event on the Teet River. So far, liking it, and this is just the beginning of the trail, so an out and back for me today. We'll see how things look. The upper hillside is all basically a pile of boulder and rock. Kind of interesting. I see that from time to time. If my bearings are right, I think this is the location of the first torrent. You might notice if you have an ALT guide, which I recommend, you come to the second torrent, and then that follows later with the first torrent. But several of these little streams were pretty much in the same area. There's a warning to take a high water route when it's been extremely wet. And I was kind of wondering if it would be all right. But when I went through, and of course we've had plenty of rain this week, it really wasn't as bad as I had thought it to be. I suspect it can be pretty tricky at times. Connor especially seemed like it. Connor, the stream known as Connor Creek or something like that, that looked a little iffy, and I needed some work. There was a lot of grass as I was walking along, and the red buds were just beautiful. You know about those red buds, are you aware that they are made into different things? I guess there's a lot of vitamin C in red buds, and so some of the native Indians, and indeed some people, have red bud recipes. I guess it has a very sour flavor to it. Some beautiful, beautiful streams along the Cheat River. I love this hike. It was great. And have you noticed, with most of the leaves down, spring is starting to come in, but you could see through, and you could see down to the river, and you could see all the folks who were kayaking. A great trip. I was finally able to get a picture of some of these folks going through the Whitewater area, and it's a lot of fun to hear them, especially when they enter something exciting like this little clip is. Kind of reminds me that we are all on a journey, and that a journey has a destination. And these folks didn't know necessarily what was coming, unless of course they'd been that way before. But it's pretty important for us to know and to realize what God's word says, that wide is the road that leads to destruction, and narrow is the way that leads home. Jesus himself said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. And so when I watch these hikers, they're going to get to their destination sometime, and each one of us are like one of those kayakers floating down the river. Part of our lives are going to be adventurous, part of our lives a little bit more sedate, a little bit more relaxed, like they are in this picture. But we all have a destination, and make sure your destination is with the Lord in heaven, and that you enjoy him every day. Wow, you've got a Father who loves you.